Just doing some stewing. Ooh, this is looking fleshy. Okay, I've eaten most of it because it's just a quick snack, but elderberry popcorn, it's so delicious. So you see this, it's syrup, and then there's also this whole bottle here. Just pop some popcorn, a bit of syrup on it. It's fantastic. Really good. Hello. So it's been like forever since I've sat down and spoken to camera. So this might seem a bit awkward. But if you're wondering why you don't recognise me right now, it's because I've regressed. I'm no longer who I once was. And why is that? Fucking employment. Employment. It's killing me. And that's what I'm here to speak about today. So, I have, in fact, this is my diary. I wrote a little list of the pros and cons of employment. My employment, this is just what I'm taking away from my time at my job so far. This is nothing against my job. My job is great and I love it. I love my job. The people are actually really nice. So the first pro is money. I do get paid, and I get paid quite well at my job, especially considering I am 17 years old. Yeah, okay. My second pro is that it's something worse than school. Okay, might sound a bit of a con, but it's dreadful. I don't particularly enjoy work at all, if I'm being quite honest with you. And money is only a pro under the state of capitalism. I would quit my job, but my socio-economic status is no. It's something worse than school to dread. Hey, I'm going to elaborate on that. So basically, so during term time at school, I'm like dying, not having fun, and then when I get home I'm like relaxing, or during the weekends or holidays it's like full knockout, because it's better than like school and like college. Okay, I go to college, but I say school because I like the word school. But now, like during my holidays, all I want to do is revise. I really, really want to revise. The problem is that I'm always at work and I'm like, oh my god, I'm not at work. Brilliant. I hate it. I can revise because I prefer doing my schoolwork over working. It works in a great way. I don't know if I'm explaining that well, but it makes a lot of sense to me. Okay, now we've got the pros out the way. I'm moving on swiftly to the cons. I'm sat here watching the Summer Temporary because it's a Wednesday again, and I could only come up with 2 pros, but I have about 10 cons. To sum up the cons, it's detrimental to my health. Okay, I don't know if you can realise, but my skin, I am like, it looks better on here because this is the front camera. Back camera would absolutely wreck me right now. Basically, my skin is doing worse, and I am blaming my job for that. Because if you don't know, I'm a KP, kitchen porter. I wash dishes and other things. So yes, So first of all, my skin. Second of all, my hearing. A little update for you guys. I went to the doctor's yesterday and apparently my left eardrum has a hole in the membrane. I'm not 100% sure how that affects my life. I think I'm getting a hearing test, but I can't be 100% sure. So yeah, apparently, according to Dr. Ben, he said that because I told him that my right ear was the more ringing one, and he said because my left ear has had like hearing loss, probably like a reduction in hearing at least, my right ear has to like work more, and that's why it rings. But yeah, it's ringing more, and I can't hear. And that might explain some of my recent agitations, like when my brother starts laughing really loud, when people start having showers, like the bathroom fan, because my bedroom's right next to the bathroom, so that's really annoying. My laptop fan when I'm editing a video, can't even. And because I'm the KP, I have the dishwasher thing really quite loud, and I'm in a kitchen for like 4 to 6 hours straight. Bad for my hearing, and I can't wear earplugs because I need to be able to hear the chefs. Which brings me swiftly on to my third point, which is the... Fuck, that's another con, it's not even on the list. It's the fact that I can't understand. Like I'm working with adults, and if you know anything about me, it's that I fucking hate adults. I can't. If anyone ever watched that video that I posted and no one watched, grow up. Basically, I hate the idea of adulthood. Everyone's so mean and awful and horrible, and I don't want it. Being like muddled in with the adults, and I need out. It's fine. I'll be fine. Going back to the list. Wait. I'll stick with the health issues caused. My feet, okay? My feet, I've mentioned my feet before. They are messed up, okay? Standing on them straight for hours on end is not good for them. It's not good at all. They are messed up and bad, and like during the early days of my job, I've been working there for like weeks now. I don't really know what day it is. I realised the other day that I like missed the weekend. Okay, let me tell you. Because last week I was only supposed to work on Friday and Saturday. But then I was going into town on Thursday, and she was like, she asked me, she was like, can you come in later today? And I was like, of course I can. So that was Thursday. So then I worked Thursday, and then I had the 6-hour close on Friday, the 6-hour close on Saturday, and then I ended up being asked to come in for Sunday. So I did 4 hours on Sunday, so I worked for about 4 days straight. But after work, I'd have to come home, shower, get into bed, and I tried to fall asleep, but I could not do it. I could not fall asleep to save my life. And I'd actually have to start massaging my feet and my fucking toes and everything. They hurt so bad. It's not even like my legs. Like I've put my feet and legs in brackets, but my legs aren't really that bad. It's literally my feet, and like the skin is bad and ooh. Half my paycheck is going to have to go on plasters. I've actually run out of plasters again. Don't know how I do it. I do know how I do it. 5 plasters on each foot at the minute, which is actually less because I think sometimes I have like up to 7. Moving on from the external health problems to more mental ones, I'm going to start off with sleep. If you know anything about me, again, it's that I like to get enough sleep. When I don't get enough sleep, I get depression. Depression. I'm really trying to think of yeah, like a lot of misery, and everything turns bad. So I like to go to, oh, and the night is not a good time for me to be alive. Luckily though, we have this little thing called sleep. So I like to sleep through the night. So I go to sleep at 10 and I wake up at 6. Last night, I went to sleep. I probably fell asleep around 12:30 and I woke up at 10 to 10. Which may not sound that bad for some people. You don't understand, that's really agitated me. I want to go to sleep at 10, but the problem is that when I work a night, I don't finish work until 10. And then I have like, it's a 20-minute walk home if I'm going at full speed. But if I've just worked for like last night I worked 5 hours, so it took me a little bit longer to get home. So it like takes me maybe like 25 minutes of walking home in the dark along the side of the road. It just adds on more time. Like last night I got home and I was like, I can't. There's no way I'm getting to bed by like 11, so I just took my time doing whatever. Luckily it didn't take me too long to fall asleep last night. But yeah, so my sleep is messed up and I'm so friggin' tired all the time. No, I'm not. I'm not really tired today, but that's probably because I slept about 10 hours. Or 9 hours. Okay, now we're moving on to... Oh wait, no, just a quick one, is that I decided once I came back from my holiday that I was gonna like lock in properly because I wasn't really doing much revision or whatever it's called, schoolwork and revision for school. Yes, during the summer holidays, and we had about, oh, my Vinted orders arrived. If I'm being honest, I don't know what day it is. Right, so it's Wednesday. Oh no, I don't know what's happening. I've got like 2.5 weeks left of summer, so I'm running out of time basically. But there is still some time for me to get some stuff done. The problem is that I'm working, so I don't really have that time, if you get what I'm saying. And then even when I'm not working, like today, I don't have any work today, but I had work yesterday and I've got work tomorrow. I also think I might be going to a party tomorrow. I don't know this. So, but I'm like, as I say, I'm recovering from work yesterday. We'll knock down that hill when we get there. But yes, there's no time because when on my rest days, that's what I'm calling them, rest days. Also, running. I haven't ran since I didn't run whilst I was on holiday because I couldn't have a shower because there wasn't any water. That's, you may not understand, but I know that I couldn't really. But I was walking, but I can't really run because, as I say, my feet fucking hurt. Because then when I go to work, I'm going to be entirely miserable. And I don't want to be, like, I'm not trying to make myself more miserable, if you get what I'm saying. The next one is about when I'm at work, okay? First of all, I've got depression on here, but that's more to do with the lack of sleep and the infinite anxiety that I experience whilst I'm at work. So, I don't know how to explain this quickly. I might have to change up the angle, but yes. And there's another one. I've actually got anxiety on here twice. That's cool. Let me just check. Feet, bad for skin. Miserable, no joy. That's a good one because my work brings me no joy. With school, okay, I'm studying psychology, English and maths. I like these subjects, and psychology especially. I want to go further with it in my life. It really interests me. But, so that gives me motivation, and I don't hate school. But like, I don't have that with work. This might sound really rude to some people, but I don't mean it in a rude way. I do not aspire to work in a kitchen. Actually, that's a lie, because I do want to open a bakery. But that's not like, I don't want to work in like some sort of commercial kitchen like that. Like, I wanted to maybe open a bakery with like my mum or my sister, and not like a big bakery or anything. Maybe just like a pop-up, bakery, like little pressure, and like I'm not working for some fuck-ass bitches. Like, I genuinely do not care about the prosperity of the business I'm working for. I don't know about that. Like, less booking home earlier, go to sleep. Literally, go to sleep, less misery, less depression, more happiness. Okay, I've gone for an angle change. I don't know, because like all the lights on this side of my face, so it feels a bit gloomy. I've had to jot down some of my thoughts for this next point, which is the anxiety that I feel about this job. Basically, I've come to realise that actually I don't think things are as bad for me as I believe they are. With like friends and whatnot, I've always believed that everyone hates me, especially adults. So like my friends, I try and believe, like when I've had friends, I try to believe that they that they do actually like me. It's just really difficult. But yeah, let's move back to the work environment. So I have this belief that people hate me, and especially adults, and there are a few people I have to blame for that, like Dale. You're Dale from the Navy. Just know I actually hate you. Constant nuisance. Yes, always not good enough. Okay, that sounds a bit dramatic, but when I'm at work, okay, I believe that I'm like the least important person in this kitchen. I'm sorry, but I do not believe that what I'm doing right now is more important than what you're doing right there. So I'm just going to stand here and wait. But then in that sense, I'm kind of getting in the way, and then people are like, what's she doing just standing around? Which I don't think people appreciate very much. Also, I feel I have little knowledge of the job or kitchens. I've never fucking worked in a kitchen before. It's like everyone just kind of expects, like they are training me, don't get me wrong, but like they kind of just expect me to know stuff. The day I was stood there, and then one of the chefs started getting, this was last night, I don't know what I'm on about, but started getting tubs down, and then he was like, this is still greasy, then this one's, he was basically saying that the tubs were still greasy, and I was like, bitch, I didn't fucking put those there. Those were there before I got here. Also, by the way, there's a bit of a language barrier between me and most of the chefs, because most of them speak Spanish and like a little English, but in my head they speak more English, and then I try talking to them, and then like I can't understand them. Not even that I can't understand them because necessarily of the language barrier. I can't fucking hear them. Okay, it's just holes in my membrane, and he's like, it's still greasy, and I was like, oh, but I was basically saying like, oh, but that's, you've taken that from the bottom, and because I'm a fucking idiot, I put the tubs on top. Like I don't stack them from the bottom, I stack them from the top. And then he was like, oh, like, okay, like, what's your point, bitch? But no, my point is, it's not me trying to put the blame on someone else. Like, oh, I didn't put those greasy tubs up there. I probably fucking did. I don't know. But it's like, if they're up, well, I didn't put all of them up there, because most of those were definitely there before I arrived. But maybe even all of them. But then he was like, you know, you just kind of seem unbothered. It's like, I'm not saying that it's not my fault. Like, oh, no, that wasn't me. I'm saying, like, what, do you want me to take the fucking tubs down from up there and check them? Do you want me to, like, oh, when I'm stood around doing nothing, just check if all the tubs are fucking greasy? I'm, like, I would not assume that that's something I have to fucking do. So, you know, you've got to ask me that. If I'm stood around, I'm not just gonna start tearing the kitchen apart, you know, just getting down on my hands and knees and squatting on the floor, because sometimes it's like I could do something, but then I could also just like be in the way if I'm doing that something, and I'd rather not be in the way, because already I feel like I'm in the way just being there. And then it's like, if I like started standing around trying to clean up something, then I'd probably just get in the way again. And it's like, people need to understand that if you want me to know something, if you want me to do something, you've got to fucking tell me, okay? I am not a mind reader. I am so far from it. I have, like, the lowest telepathic ability of anyone in this whole entire planet. You need to tell me if you want me to do something. I don't think that's asking too much. And then I have another thing. So when you're working in a kitchen, I think it's a custom to say behind, like behind, when you're like walking behind someone. But me personally, I've never really had to do that before. People, like, they can't even hear me in that kitchen. They cannot hear me at all. Also my nails, oh my god, that's another thing I forgot to put on the comms list. My nails and my hands especially, they get so messed up. Little problems, like I could put on gloves if I wanted to, I just hate them. But the problem is that I can't say behind to save my life. I've literally, I think I tried saying it once. No, it's just it's like when, they try and get me to make desserts and then they're like, okay, now take these out and yell desserts. Honey, but I'm not part of the waiting staff for a reason. I would be front of house if I could yell things like that. You know? Like, fuck. It's like at my old job that I was technically fired from. They wanted me to, like, go into the kitchen and yell, like, oh, like, table 12 away. I'm sorry, but maybe I do suffer with some sort of anxiety, because that's not happening. You're not getting that from me. Like, this has got me emotional now just thinking about it. I can't do that. Okay, so I'm gonna power on. This is actually very relevant to my next point, which I've put PE, like, as in physical education. Because there's this one specific time I think of when we were playing football, and I just was not doing anything. I was stood there doing nothing. And one of the teachers came over and she was like, is there a reason why you're not doing anything? And she was actually asking it like she wanted an answer. And I, like, instantly, I couldn't say a thing. Like, my throat was backed up to the max, and she was not going to get a response out of me. And I don't know if I started crying necessarily. I used to cry a lot in secondary school. I'll have you know, it was a dark time. And everyone who says right now that secondary school, they miss it, get the fuck away from me. No, I don't miss a thing. I'll be honest with you. I don't miss a thing of secondary school. Like, no, there's not one thing I can come up with, apart from maybe one or two of my teachers that I actually fucking like. The point is that in PE sometimes, or sometimes when teachers would just talk to me, like, I get this feeling where I can't really even open my mouth. Like, my mouth gets glued shut and my throat gets, like, so congested is what I'm saying. It's like backed up. It's like, it feels like it's like lodged in there, and there's no words that can get out. I can like kind of say some things. Like, I realized at work the only thing I can say is like thanks or like sorry, which is pitiful, pathetic. But when I fail to like say like behind or something, say like I'm going behind someone and they back up and then it's like, oh shit, I should have said behind, then I feel like the the annoyance or disappointment, it may not even be necessarily real, it might just be momentary agitation, but I feel it, and then that messes like me up, and then my eyes, I'll start like tearing up. But I haven't cried at work because I'm not fucking going to. I'm not gonna cry at work because I'm so sick of everyone treating me like a fucking idiot just because I start crying. So I don't cry in public. It's not like something that, like, it's something I actively have to practice not to do. It's not like, oh, I was just crying whenever I felt like it in secondary. No, I'm trying so hard not to cry in public. Mouth, like, throat gets clogged, eyes start tearing, and I can't say anything anymore. So when that happens, there is absolutely no chance I'm ever going to say behind. Say behind, okay? If you get what I'm saying. So I've also drawn this little cycle which goes disappointment, from them to me, and then anxiety, my anxiety, which leads to, I put depressed, but it's just like I start having miserable thoughts. Like I actually almost started going schizophrenic in a divided self kind of way, like this, like detachment, not in like a hallucinating kind of way. And then because of all that, because of all those thoughts, I start like tearing up, and then I don't speak, and then that leads to more disappointment. So yes, that is the pros and cons of employment from what I can remember. In short, for me, there is one pro. I don't care about money in any sort of way. It doesn't bring me any sort of happiness in like the traditional sense of being happy. So is it a pro? No, it's not really a pro, but it's one of the only ones I could think of if you can't see. But yes. So thank you for watching, because I can't find anything. Okay, bye bye. Thank you. Look how dapper this is. Like, you know, like, I'm not the biggest fan of this thing, but it's also kind of cute, but there's a lot of glue marks on my name. I love this wrapping paper.